Right friends, welcome back to Current Affairs Questions and Answers Advanced 49th week. Look at the first question. Barak surface to air missile SAM was recently tested with a range of 100 kilometers. This is jointly developed by DRDO and Israel Aerospace Industries. This Barak missile, this is a supersonic surface to air missile. Supersonic, what is the meaning of supersonic? When the speed of any object is more than the speed of sound, it is called a supersonic object, and in this particular case the speed of this Barak missile is more than the speed of the sound. That's why it is called a supersonic missile, and its interception range increased from 70 kilometers to 100 kilometers, and it can attack any targets like drones, aircrafts, helicopters. And Bharat Dynamics Limited is expected to produce these missiles, and please don't forget Barak 8 is jointly developed by DRDO and Israel Aerospace Industries and expected to be produced by Bharat Dynamics Limited. Look at the next one. Which of the following is the nodal agency for energy efficiency and energy conservation? There is one nodal agency in our country. I think very few of you might have known this, that is Bureau of Energy Efficiency. It looks at energy efficiency as well as energy conservation. It was set up on 1st March 2002 under the provisions of the Energy Conservation Act of 2001. So, under the provisions of the Energy Conservation Act of 2001, this Bureau of Energy Efficiency was established on 1st March 2002. It is under the Ministry of Power, Government of India, please don't forget. GDP growth during July-September quarter of 2015, this is quarter 2 of financial year 2015-16, it is 7.4%, and you should not forget this GDP figures are produced by Central Statistics Office. And for the second quarter, India's GDP has grown by 7.4%. If you look at the first quarter growth, it was 7%. And it is pertinent to mention here, China's growth rate in the same period was 6.9%. And if you look at other emerging markets or developing countries like India, Russian economy has shrunk by 4.1%. and Brazil economy contracted by 4.2%. These points are vital when you are looking at the GDP growth of India, and GDP growth in India is one of the fastest in the world at present. But there are other indicators which are not supporting this GDP growth. First and the foremost indicator is exports in the country are falling consecutively for the past 12 months. Almost in this financial year, during the first 7 months, exports have fallen by around 17 to 18%. That is not supporting this GDP growth. Second important point is most important indicator, that is credit offtake. Credit offtake in the financial system is not supporting, especially credit offtake from the banking system is hovering around 10%, which indicates that the situation is not satisfactory on the ground, but the figures are indicating India's GDP is growing at 7% and 7.4%. IPV was launched recently. It gives double protection against polio. What is IPV? IPV is inactivated polio vaccine. There are two types of vaccines. One is the oral polio vaccine. Please look into this picture. Oral polio vaccine is administered with oral dose, and this inactivated polio vaccine is administered through injection. So there are two types. Normally oral polio vaccine is given, but now as double protection in our country, Government of India launched inactivated polio vaccine recently. It is injectable vaccine, and Please do not forget, in the year 2011, last polio case was recorded in our country, and in the year 2014, India was declared polio free. But the main worry for our country is our neighbors Pakistan and Afghanistan are worst affected because of polio. And if you look at more details about polio, polio is highly infectious disease caused by virus. The virus enters the body through mouth and multiplies in the intestine, and it invades the nervous system, and total paralysis can be caused within a matter of hours. And oral polio vaccine, whatever is prominent across the country, contains an weakened vaccine virus, or you can say it is a live vaccine, and it activates immune response to the body. But this IPV or inactivated polio vaccine consists of killed polio virus. Oral polio vaccine is a live vaccine, whereas inactivated polio vaccine is killed polio virus strain, and it is to be injected. It is intramuscular injection, and because of which it produces antibodies in the bloodstream. In the case of infection by chance, it prevents the spread of virus to the central nervous system, because of which paralysis can be prevented. And the other advantage is there are some risks associated with oral polio vaccine. Those risks will not be there in the inactivated polio vaccine. Right friends, look at the next one. The growth of 8 core industries in October 2015 is 3.2%. The index of core industries is released by Office of the Economic Advisor. Last week we learnt this index of core industries as well as wholesale price index are released by Office of the Economic Advisor. This is Department of Industrial Policy and Promotion, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, but Central Statistics Office releases GDP, CPI and IIP figures. And I have given some more information here. There are 8 core industries, and this growth or index of core industries is released by Office of the Economic Advisor. And most important point is, out of these core industries, electricity has got highest weightage and fertilizers has got the lowest weightage. These things are very important. Look at the next one. The Executive Board of IMF. IMF is International Monetary Fund, established in the year 1945 for monetary cooperation among the countries, for easy exchange of various currencies, for easy flow of goods. Exchange of currencies is very important. That is monetary cooperation. So, to facilitate monetary cooperation and coordination, this IMF was established in the year 1945. Now, IMF took a decision that in the special drawing rights of IMF, this renminbi will be included, and that will be the 5th currency in the SDR basket. And SDR means special drawing rights. They were created in the year 1969, and they functions like international reserves of foreign exchange. You can say they are international reserves of foreign exchange. The member countries can access this international reserve subject to the limits, subject to the quotas allotted. All the member countries can access that international reserve, and previously this reserve was available in 4 currencies, that is the United States dollar, euro, Japanese yen and British pound. But now the 5th currency, renminbi, will be included probably from October 2016. Right friends, look at the next question. Name the car company which recalled 3,23,000 vehicles across 3 brands, as it is found that they are equipped with a defeat device. What is the purpose of defeat device? When defeat device is inserted, it will show less emissions. But actually when somebody is driving the same vehicle on the road, it will release more exhaust gases. But the world is very much concerned about 2 things when somebody is running diesel vehicles. One is the particulate matter released by the diesel vehicles. Second important point is nitrogen oxide emissions. and these are proved to be carcinogenic. That's why world is worried about diesel vehicles. These diesel vehicle manufacturers are inserting defeat device. Because of defeat device, when somebody is testing, it is showing less emissions, and subsequently on road its actual emissions are more. Right now, this Volkswagen, which is in the center of controversy across the world because of its defeat device, now withdrawn 3,23,000 vehicles across 3 brands as they are found to be equipped with a defeat device. Right friends, the nodal agency for MPLADS is, what is MPLADS? MPLADS is Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme. Each elected Lok Sabha Member of Parliament can recommend works of his choice in his constituency worth 5 crores per annum every year to the district collector. Each Lok Sabha member, elected Lok Sabha member, can recommend to district collector works of his choice to be taken up in his constituency not more than rupees 5 crores per annum. Similarly, Rajya Sabha member is normally elected from any one of the states, and Rajya Sabha members, elected Rajya Sabha members can recommend works in one or more districts of the state from where they have elected up to a maximum of 5 crores per annum. So, this is about MPLADS scheme. Once these works are recommended, execution and all other modalities will be looked at by the district administration, but the parliament members have given power to recommend works up to rupees 5 crores per annum, and this is called Member of Parliament Local Area Development Scheme. And I would like to tell you the nodal agency or the nodal ministry for implementation of this scheme is Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. So, Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation is the nodal ministry for this. When I talk about Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, one thing you should not forget, that is the Central Statistics Office and Sample Survey Office. Central Statistics Office, National Sample Survey Office, these two are under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. Look at the next question. Which of the following is incorrectly matched? FSSAI. This is the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. This is the Food Regulator, and it is under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India. Please don't forget. So, the first option is correct. The second one is CCI. CCI is Competition Commission of India, which was established based on Competition Act. It is a fair trade regulator. Whether the trade is being done as per the laid down norms or not, whether any cartel formation is there or not, whether artificial jack-up of prices is there or not, these are the things which are looked after by Competition Commission of India. And let us assume when Vodafone and Airtel want to merge, then what will happen? There is ever possibility that artificial skyrocketing of telecom charges may be there. Then CCI will come into picture. So, CCI will look at whether the trade is being done as per fair norms or not. So, this is also correct. Third one is National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority. It is the drug price regulator, but not for all the drugs. Drugs specified under National List of Essential Medicines. And the last one what I have given is CACP. CACP is Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices. It recommends a minimum support price for certain crops, and ultimately Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs takes a decision. So, CACP or Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices is the recommendatory body for agricultural costs. So, the fourth option is wrong. Telecom regulator is TROI. CACP role is to recommend minimum support price for specified crops. Right friends, look at the next question. Out of the 4 currencies in STR basket, we have just now discussed what is STR, and renminbi is going to be joined as the 5th currency, and out of all the 4 currencies available for international reserves, which the members can access subject to the limits. The share is dollar is at around 42% in the STR basket, euro is at around 37% and pound is around 11%, and subsequently Japanese yen occupies 9%. So under the STR, these four currencies occupy this percentage of share. So United States dollar occupies the maximum share under STR. Look at the last one. ECB cut its key interest rates to minus 0.3%. European Central Bank, which monitors the 19-member Eurozone, is worried about growth in those countries. And to give stimulus to growth, this bond buying program was started some time back and it will continue up to March 2017. That is basically to pump in liquidity. Every month they are pumping 60 billion euro by buying bonds. That means they are increasing liquidity. In spite of increasing liquidity, the growth is not up to the mark in the European countries. Now, this European Central Bank cut its key interest rates to minus 0.3%. This is the irony of developed countries. That means when banks wants to keep money with European Central Bank, then banks have to pay in return. In our country, if you are saving money in the bank, bank will pay you interest. But you see the irony of European Central Bank, European countries or Eurozone countries, when the European banks wants to save money with European Central Bank, then they have to pay interest instead of European Central Bank paying interest to them. That means the negative interest means if you are keeping money with European Central Bank, then banks are required to pay something to European Central Bank. That is the irony of developed countries, especially Eurozone countries. Right friends, with this let us conclude questions and answers advanced, and please do join for other modules. Have a nice day. Thank you.